Well, hi guys, it's that time. It's our Bible teaching snippet of the day. Well, today I want to set into talking about Matthew chapter 23. And this is the last two places that we're going to look at. We've already looked at the other 10 uses of the 12 times we find the word Gehenna in our New Testament. Let me start this video the same way that I've done many other videos. Jesus never uttered or spoke the word hell. The word hell did not exist in the day of Jesus. Jesus would have most likely, in my opinion, he would have for the valley of Gehenna, which is translated in the Greek as Gehenna, Jesus probably would have spoke the word Hinnon, possibly, because that's the Hebrew word, Now, in the other scriptures that we've already looked at, a few months back, I did a teaching on Hades, the times that Hades, number 86 right here. That is also mistranslated as the word hell. Jesus would have, in those times that the word Hades, which was translated as hell, Jesus wouldn't have even spoke the word Hades because that's not, look, the word Hades is a pagan Greek god mythology, Jesus wouldn't have spoke the word Hades. What Jesus would have spoke was the Aramaic word for the grave or the place of the dead, which would have been Sheol, which is in the Old Testament. It's Sheol. Let me give you a little bit of information here. The complete Jewish Bible always translates Hades, that's in our English Bibles, translated as either Hades or hell. He always translates it as Sheol because that's the Aramaic word for the realm of the dead. The Jewish Orthodox Bible also uses, and they put a small H-A, Sheol, in their Bibles, and in parentheses it says keys of death and keys of the abode of the dead. So Sheol is the abode of the dead. So when someone asked me what Jesus would have actually said, now this is just from my research, I'm pretty sure Jesus would have used the word Hinnon here instead of Gehenna, because that's the Hebrew word, and his background is Hebrew and Aramaic. And in the verses where Jesus spoke the word, where our Bibles say hell or Hades, Jesus would have spoke the word Sheol, I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Now, for what I want to do now, though, let me read this. I made a little note. I want you to think about this with me. Let's think this thing through. Did you know when someone gets up and starts teaching about the word Gehenna, just not in a long teaching like I've been doing, but you're just sitting in a study group or listening to a preacher preach behind the pulpit, right? And he uses the word Gehenna. Everybody in the congregation and the audience is sitting there going, what in the world is Gehenna? Did you know 2,000 years later, we have no idea unless you've heard somebody teach about it or read about it or studied it, right? We have no idea what the word Gehenna is. Let's reverse that, If Jesus had have actually spoke the word hell, did you know his Jewish audience, all the people that heard him speaking, would have had that same reaction? They'd have went like, what in the world is he talking about? What is hell? What is that word? Just thought, just something to think about. So similar to us today, 2,000 years later, we don't understand the word Gehenna. In Jesus' day, if he had have spoke the word hell, his entire audience would have been at a loss to make a connection to the seriousness of his metaphors and his hyperboles. That means an extreme exaggeration. It would have been lost because they would not have understood. So what I want to do today is I want to talk about Matthew 23:15 and Matthew 23:33. This is the two times that we actually see the word Gehenna found in Scripture. And so let's see if I saved this, because I was looking, I tell you what I'm going to do, because I don't have it saved. I might have it clipped a picture. I've got lots and lots of notes that I made on this teaching, by the way. I'm going to read it in the Jonathan Mitchell. I do have it saved, and so I'm going to just read this here, the two that we're going to look at today. This is Matthew 23:15. It would be a tragic fate for you, scribes and Pharisees, perverse scholars who live by separation and have all the answers, because you habitually go around the sea and dry land to make one convert, and whenever he may become, you proceed making him a son of the valley of Hinnom. See, now that is the Koine Greek translation, and you notice he uses the word Hinnom, and that's why I believe Jesus would have spoke the word Hinnom, okay? But making that convert twice as much as yourselves. Okay. When Jesus makes the reference to the valley of Hinnom, or the valley of Gehenna here, okay, he's talking about that they are converting and making people, their converts, even worse hypocrites, religious-minded people, and they're not even as, he's comparing it to a place of dishonor, a place of, well, all right, let me ask you this. Do you think any good things comes out of a dump? They put garbage, refuse, soured food in there, dead animals, and dead humans to burn them up. There's nothing good in a valley like that, right? And that's what Jesus is saying. Nothing good's going to come out of that person. You're going to make them twice as bad as what you are. Let's move to the next verse. This is Matthew 23:33, and again, we're in the Koine Greek translation, the Jonathan Mitchell. Here we go. You snakes, you offspring and brood of vipers, poisonous serpents, how can you flee and escape from the judging which has the qualities and character and significance of the valley of Hinnom? Did you see how he worded that? What it's doing is Jesus is saying, you evil people, you snakes, you're destroying people. And here's the thing. You have the same connotation, the same character as all of this nasty, thrown away garbage that's fit for nothing but to be thrown out and discarded. It's a very strong reference to them. That was the strongest that you could make something in that day, is to refer it to that valley of Gehenna. Because, now look, the Israelites in the Old Testament sacrificed their babies on a fire pit of a statue of a pagan god, Moloch, and burned their babies. Later, they themselves would be slaughtered in that valley, okay, and it would be known as the Valley of Slaughter. And then in Jesus' day, it's a garbage dump where nothing good is ever put, by the way, okay, and it is a place of dishonor, because if criminals were executed, they had the right not to give the body to the family for a proper burial, and that was a big thing to the Jewish people, okay? And so they could dishonor them and show them that they were discarded by the community and would always be remembered as a dishonored, discarded, irreputable person. Okay, I hope this is making sense for you today. So those are our two uses in that we needed to finish, because like I said, we've already done the other 10 in previous videos, right? And today is the last two times we see the word Gehenna used. It's 12 times, again, 12 times in our New Testament. Jesus speaks that word 11 of those times, and then yesterday I talked a little bit about James, how Jacob, his brother, actually used the word Gehenna in his letter as a metaphor of how bad our tongue can be. See, there's nothing good about Gehenna, guys. That's the key that we need to understand. And I said this again, and I want to say it again today. None of the 12 scriptures actually say anything about eternal, ongoing, conscious torment in a lake of fire. We've only piecemealed it and made it say that because that's what we've been taught. Okay. The word Gehenna was taken out. An actual place was taken out. And the word hell put in our Bibles, our English Bibles, and the first time that happened was in 1382 with the Wycliffe, and I think, so I'm pretty sure it's 1382. But the word, a place, a bad place, okay, was taken out, and a concept of hell, of eternal conscious torment, was put into our Bibles, okay? Now, I tell you what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap this video up and let it be at 10 minutes today. And then tomorrow, I'm going to talk about Matthew 23:33 and 23:15 in context and bring out some more things to you. And then we'll call this little mini-series of Gehenna a wrap-up, and I can move on into some other things. But I'm just going to let it rest today and let you digest what I've already told you about, okay? I think my teaching I've already done. I'm going to just stop it because I don't think I can do justice, because I want to show you in context what Matthew 23:15 and 33 is actually what Jesus is saying. I think that's what I want to do to wrap up these last two verses, okay? Well, I love you, and I will see you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.